Yeah, if I was describing the pumper car, I would say it's a rowing machine on wheels combined with a steering of like a car. Lucas, you demonstrate. All right, so Lucas knows he's supposed to sit down. He puts his feet in there. Where's your brake, Lucas? Right there, you just pull up, okay? The arms, you're holding on to the bar, you're pulling forward, you're pumping, it's propelling you forward. A lot of students are able to get that right off the bat. The thing that I tend to teach is that you can also use your feet in coordination to give you more of a thrust forward.
In the state of Utah, the New Car Dealers of Utah, in which they are introducing me and my associates to the dealers. We explain to the dealer the benefit to the community, the benefit to the child, the benefit to the dealership of participating in this program. They make the donation to Mobility for Kids. Mobility for Kids buys the pumper car from the manufacturer, donates it to the school in the name of the auto dealer.
The dealers have an opportunity now to participate in a community project that benefits families and the school district simply at the level of children who by themselves would not have the self-confidence, nor the self-image, nor the mobility that other children have.
The head of the school board here, Larry Bergeson, is just a phenomenal individual. His brother is one of our general managers he's our Honda general manager for Honda dealership. So I called Larry and said, Larry, tell me about this. And he said, oh, yes. So I said, how many schools do you have in Washington County? And he says, 52, I think was the number. And so I sat down with Doug and John and said, what if we buy 52 of them? I see them get excited about this, and then they feel good about themselves as they master this.
Stephen Wade Auto Center had talked to me and said he had spoken with Douglas, and they wanted to work together on funding getting a pumper car at each one of our elementaries, or more than one, maybe a couple of them, and our preschools to help these students that have these needs, and that the pumper car was able to address those needs in a very successful way. So that's the first I heard, and as I looked into it more completely, I was very impressed. They meet a lot of needs of our students, supported by our occupational therapists, by our physical therapists, by our adaptive PE instructors, and especially by our parents, as they've seen their students thrive and interact more naturally and more completely with their peers.
Well, I just think it's awesome that it's something that she can do that's fun, that she it's a therapy thing that she can use to get stronger, but then also it's fun, which makes it less scary. There's just not, other than she can't really ride a bike, but she can pump herself and get up her arm strength and her leg strength at the same time.
You put your feet on the bottom, you put your hands on the steer, there's this brake right there on the side of you, then you go, hoo, 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 hoo. Then if you want to stop, you press the brake.
I think it's something that every kid can use, whether they have a disability or not. It's fun, it's exciting, it's new, it's a fun color. They're red, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think anybody could benefit from it.
It's worked wonderfully. Not very often do we have someone coming in with a product who wants to facilitate that kind of sponsorship and partnership. Usually there's a fee attached, a cost that's incurred, and you're right, our dollars are stretched. And so when we found out that Bradshaw Chevrolet was on board to sponsor those and get them in our schools, and it would just be a matter of us partnering and getting them there and then having them used, that almost never happens. So we're quite grateful for that.
So I'd made some phone calls to the schools and found exactly how many they thought they would need. We got them the information, they reviewed the curriculum that had been written, and they were just very impressed. So we made the move. We purchased 20 cars and hand delivered them to the schools in Millard County.
We went to the middle school, and there the kids are most judged, especially the special needs. They never really fit in. They're never the star. We had them out in the hallway, and the special needs kids were starting to ride on them and getting used to them and feeling them and having fun and just loving it. They finally had this freedom that they never had, heading down the halls, and the bell rang. So the doors opened and all these kids came out, and right in the middle of the hallway are these pumper cars with these special needs kids. And they lined up the hallway and just cheered these kids on. And they were the star, finally. And they loved it. It was just...
Yeah, really, really heartwarming.
Yeah.
I was shocked when she got on it and wrote it. I didn't think she would, because I have never gotten her on anything else. But I'm just so excited that there's people who want to help and want to provide things, I'm gonna cry for Danny, who want to provide things for these little kids with disabilities that can't just hop on a bike and ride down the street. So it's always been a wagon for her, and she's pretty much too big for a wagon, but it's been amazing for her, and I thank Drew Bays immensely for what they've done.
There is nothing that I've ever seen in our 30 years of car business that comes anywhere near the impact or the benefit or the value of what these cars can do, what they can bring to the lives of young people particularly.
I would hope that we could get a few more in our district. We've got quite a few students, about 5,000 of them in our elementary schools that could use those devices. Of that 5,000, about 10%, 11% are special needs students. And so, yes, I'd love to see that grow and evolve here in Iron County and have more opportunities for our students.
Well, I think the biggest thing is just the benefit that it brings to kids. I know I've seen some parents get emotional. I've watched them use this on playgrounds when for the first time they've seen their student being able to move around, interact with. Probably the neatest thing is the impact it has for and benefit for the individual student. That to me is the biggest thing, the most important thing. We want to help every single student be as successful as they can. It meets the needs of some of these students that we would not have been nearly as successful with were it not for the pumper cars. So we're very grateful for it, and grateful for all those who have been part of bringing this to our district on behalf of our students.